Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of stopping by, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking around with me. It's been a minute, but I'm back with a full face transformation that if you follow these steps, it will leave you glowing. In this tutorial, I will share pro tips and must-have products to achieve a flawless look. Make sure to watch this video to the end, like, comment and subscribe for more amazing content. I started by cleansing my client face with micellar water. Then I applied the Snail Mucin Power Essence Moisturizer. I let this sit for about 2 minutes to ensure proper absorption. Next, I used the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Water Gel Moisturizer, which is ideal for oily and acne-prone skin with visible pores. This lightweight moisturizer was suitable for her skin after discussing her skin type with her. Following this, I applied the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This lightweight primer helps control oil, which is crucial for skin with prominent pores. If you have oily skin, remember that heavy products can clog your pores, so always opt for lightweight options. I let the primer sit for another 2 minutes, blending it well into her skin to ensure everything sank in properly. After letting the primer sit for about 2 minutes, you want to move on to foundation application. Here for my client, I mixed 2 different foundations, which I will list in the description box. I started by applying foundation to areas with the most spots and breakout, helping to build coverage where it's needed the most. This method will help you ensure better coverage before blending the rest of the foundation with a beauty blender. When blending the foundation, you want to use a damp beauty blender. It's important that the beauty blender is damp, neither dry nor dripping with water. To achieve this, soak it in water. Squeeze it out and then use a paper towel or tissue to remove the excess water from the beauty blender, leaving your beauty blender damp. After blending the foundation in the areas with the most visible spots, I moved on to the rest of her face, blending bit by bit and adding more product where necessary to help me build coverage. Once the foundation was blended in, I used the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray to set her entire face. This is one pro tip. Setting your makeup as you apply each layer helps to meld the products together for a seamless finish. Remember, the better you blend, the better your result will be. Next step is concealer. I applied concealer 2 shades lighter than her skin tone, focusing on building coverage over spots and applying it to her chin, Cupid's bow, under her eyes, forehead, and the bridge of her nose. Letting the concealer sit for a bit before blending allows it to build coverage, as it slightly dries up when you allow it to kind of like air dry. Using the same damp beauty blender, I blended the concealer under her eyes, then I moved on to the bridge of her nose and forehead, ensuring a seamless and flawless blend. One key tips about makeup I would like to share with my queens here today is that blending is very, very important. So when it comes to the under eye, you want to go back and blend again before setting. This will help you blend out any creases that you might have while you are blending other parts of your face. So what I did here is I went back again to blend the under eye area thoroughly, because if you set the under eye with a setting powder like this and it has creases, it's going to remain like that, and it might be difficult for you as a beginner or a learner to get rid of the crease. I blended the under eye area thoroughly before using my Huda Beauty translucent setting powder. By the way, you can use any powder of your choice. It doesn't have to be the Huda Beauty one. Blending before setting is really essential, so I cannot overemphasize that. I went on to set the under eye, the forehead, the Cupid's bow, the chin, and the bridge of her nose with the translucent powder.
I also use a bit of the translucent powder to set all over her face, and I use this because this powder is colorless and doesn't alter the foundation shade or the base. It doesn't alter it. Next, I moved on to the eye look. My client requested a soft nude finish for her professional shoot, avoiding any dramatic makeup. She said she didn't want anything drama, guys. So I showed her various looks on Pinterest, and she chose one. By the way, guys, Pinterest is a fantastic app for gathering ideas. When I mean fantastic, I've been using Pinterest for years. If you want ideas for photo shoot, outfit ideas, even holiday ideas, makeup ideas, weddings, decor, even business ideas, even goal settings, anything, any idea you're looking for, just go on Pinterest and you'll be amazed. So let's get back to the tutorial. I used my Fenty powder to contour the bridge of her nose, aiming for a sharp, defined look. Like, I wanted her nose to be pointed and snatched, you see. However, I made sure to blend it out to avoid harsh lines. I also added a bit of warmth with my Morphe bronzing powder to ensure it didn't look too dark. To contour and add warmth to her face, I contoured her jawline using a combination of my Fenty powder and Morphe powder. You can use any bronzing powder, guys. It doesn't really have to be this one. And just watch me as I contour. After that, I applied blush, and for this, don't judge me, guys, don't judge me, but I have been using the Juvia's Place palette for years. It's my go-to. I mixed the orange and pink shades to create a blush that complements my client's warm skin tone perfectly. I'm a blush girl. I love a good rosy pink, warm red, orangey, or peachy blush shake. I mean, as long as it complements the skin tone, whatever works for you, girl. Blush. So guys, just watch me blush. Up next, I did reverse contour on her nose and jawline and baked her under eye. Then I moved on to doing her eyes. Using that same Fenty powder, I created some depth on her eyelids with using the placement and blending technique. So the thing is, you like lay the eyeshadow down and then you blend. Just place the eyeshadow pigment down and blend at the same time to avoid any harsh line. So I placed the product, then I swirled it around with a fluffy brush to avoid creases and harsh lines. To further add depth to the eye look, I used the Zikel Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. Guys, this eyeshadow palette is incredible, if I must say. I'll rate it 1000 over anything because the pigment of this eyeshadow, there are times that I will have to even drop my famous Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette and pick this one because the pigment is out of this world. It blends seamlessly and there's little to zero fallout. I can tell you guys, like little to no fallout. It's super pigmented with minimal fallout. After this application, I use my Morphe bronzer to just warm up the edges and also serve as my transition shade. And I went in with a clean fluffy brush to blend everything together. Another pro tip in makeup is blending. Never get tired of blending. You don't want harsh lines or demarcations. These are signs, or these are some of the things that when you look out for them and you slay your makeup, when people see you, they'll be like, oh wow, she knows what she's doing, she's really great with her makeup, you know. So like I said earlier, my client wanted a nude makeup. So for her eyelid, since we're creating a nude look, I use her foundation as base instead of a white primer. I applied it with a brush and I blended it out. Then I used the Fenty powder, which is 2 shades lighter than her skin tone, as eyeshadow. Guys, one thing about makeup, one rule of makeup is that there are no rules. I'll tell you that for free. There are no rules. Do what works best for you, as long as you're not looking like a clown. Well, that's all I have to say. As long as you're not looking like a clown, do what works best for you. So if you want to use eyeshadow as if you want to use a face powder as eyeshadow, of course you can. They are made from the same products, just that one has a different color and one is tailored to do a particular job or finish. And another thing about using powder as eyeshadow is powder are more finely pressed together and finished as against eyeshadow. So using powder, it's a great hack. It's a great makeup hack. So I applied the powder all over her eyelid and blended it to ensure a flawless look. Once I was done blending, I lined her waterline with a black eye pencil. I can't remember the exact one I used, possibly a Rimmel pencil, but I will confirm it and list it in the description box. Next, I worked on her brows using my go-to Davis brow pencil to outline and shape them. I traced the bottom and top of her brows, then filled in the sparse areas lightly to avoid a dramatic look. I prefer a soft natural finish unless my client requests a more defined and pronounced brows.
After shaping the brows, I used a flat concealer brush with concealer about 2 shades lighter than her skin tone to define them further. It's crucial to blend this concealer well to avoid a stark contrast, guys. I see beginners often use very light concealers, but it's better to use a shade that can blend seamlessly into the skin. I will advise using a foundation for this step as a beginner, as a foundation can also work perfectly. I then blended the concealer with a small fluffy brush to ensure it wasn't wet or creamy, and set it with face powder to avoid harsh lines. Next, I lined the top of her eyes with a liner. While that dried up, I moved on to line her lips with the Tarte Glam brown matte lipstick. My client already had full lips and didn't want them overlined, as I asked her if she wanted her lips overlined, but she said no. So I followed the natural shape of her lips. Overlining is great for making smaller lips look fuller, but in this case, it wasn't needed. I then mixed 2 lipstick shades, my MAC lipstick and my Nelegance Beauty Nude matte lipstick, to create a soft, subtle pink. After blending the lip colors, I used a small brush to dust off the reverse contour that I had done earlier and blend out any harsh lines, ensuring everything looked seamless. I also went over the entire face with a face powder brush for flawless finish. After that, I went back to the brows to make any necessary adjustments for added details. Moving on, I used the Morphe concealer setting spray again, guys, to set her face and eliminate any powdery residue. After it dried, I applied the mascara to her top lashes to remove any powder fallout, ensuring a clean look for the false lashes that I'll be applying soon. Finally, I applied the lashes and pressed them on securely. Once I press the lashes on, I use my Inglot gel liner with a liner brush to further define and shape her eyes. After that, I fixed the lashes on her other eye, letting the glue dry first. You can see my client is already feeling herself, but we're not done yet, guys. I went back to blending again to eliminate any harsh lines around the nose area. Then I applied gloss to her lips and I blended the gloss into her lips very well using my lipstick palette. I can't recall the exact name, but all product details will be listed in the description box. I took my time to blend the gloss, ensuring a smooth finish. Next, I set her face again, this time using Tilbury setting spray. This spray works like magic, so even if it's a small bottle, it's worth getting if you can. After that, I allowed that to dry. I applied highlighter using my Fenty Beauty and Dior highlighter. I added a slight highlight to the bridge of her nose, the inner corners of her eyes, and a tiny bit to her cheekbone for a balanced glow. To further enhance the glow, I used my Samyric's Beauty Dew Balm on her cheeks and a bit on her forehead. Using this dew balm added a natural dewy finish without being too much. My client was already feeling herself even without a mirror in front of her. Finally, guys, I gave her a mirror for her to see the reveal, and her reaction was priceless. This is the satisfaction I derive from my work. Seeing my clients happy, it makes me feel happy that it's all worth it. To finish, I applied mascara to her bottom lashes to make them pop. This final touch makes a significant difference, and I sprayed her face with the Kryolan fixing spray, which will help her makeup to last long. Then my client popped on her wig. Guys, as a girly's girly now, you know me, I'm always looking out for my girlies, my clients. We made sure her wig was sitting pretty and gave it a nice brush. And there you have it. This is the finished look. Well, throughout the whole session of the makeup, I was live on TikTok, so you can follow me on TikTok. I'm going to be putting all the link down so you don't miss my live videos. And we created content throughout, and from those clips I made this beautiful video. My client looked absolutely snatched. She even sent me feedback pictures, and I will share some of them here. What do you think about this look? Would you rock it for your birthday photo shoot? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm working hard to edit more videos for y'all. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think might need it. But for now, bye, and I hope to see you pretty soon in my next video, guys. Thank you so much for staying with me till the end. Bye now.